This is Greg Lipsker from Barrister Winery. Just want to welcome our wine club members and thank you for your support during this difficult time. Today we're going to be talking about how do we make a steak. Now, everybody can cook a steak, but it always doesn't turn out the way we want it. During the summertime, it's wonderful when we can barbecue and we can grill outside. But what happens when your neighbors are coming over, your friends are coming over, and it starts to rain and you have to move everything inside? So today, Bill Ellis from Churchill Steakhouse in Spokane, just an amazing steakhouse, is going to show us exactly how we pan roast a steak. And I've never had any success at that, so I'm really looking forward to Bill teaching us exactly what to do.
And as the owner of Churchill's Steakhouse, Bill knows how to cook a steak and the accompaniments for a perfect meal. So let's follow along as he prepares potatoes roasty, sauteed spinach and shallots, caramelized button mushrooms, and pan-seared oven-roasted steak to accompany Barrister Winery's Petit Verdot for a meal that's sure to be unforgettable. Potatoes roasty differs from traditional latkes in that the potatoes are parboiled prior to shredding. Roasties are also served as one large dish that's sliced instead of smaller cakes. We begin with medium-sized red new potatoes in boiling water. We allow those to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes on a low boil, and we know that they're done when a fork easily pierces the flesh but is still firm in the middle. After straining and cooling the potatoes, we peel the skin with a serrated knife and shred with a grater. In a non-stick skillet, we add butter and let that heat up until frothy and slightly brown. The potatoes are placed in the skillet and formed into a dome shape, scraping the potatoes away from the sides of the skillet. When it's time to flip the roasty, we'll grab a plate that's about the same size as a pan and we'll flip the roasty onto the plate. Add more butter to the pan and return the potatoes to cook for another 5 to 7 minutes. Garnish with lemon zest, chives, and a dollop of sour cream. For our sauteed spinach, we place fresh stemmed spinach into a pot with salted boiling water, and we'll let that cook uncovered for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then strain and chop the cooked spinach. In a separate pan, we'll heat extra virgin olive oil and butter until slightly frothy. Add in our sliced garlic and minced shallots and let these cook until clear but not brown. Add in the chopped spinach, dry sherry, and let that simmer until the liquid has reduced. Finish by garnishing with salt. For our final side, we're gonna whip up some sherry buttered mushrooms. Stem and rinse button mushrooms and then place in a pot with a lid over medium heat. At this point, we don't have to add any liquid to our mushrooms. Because mushrooms naturally hold their own moisture, this will release and form a syrup-like substance packed with flavor. Once the mushrooms start to caramelize, we'll add in our own butter and dry sherry, and those will be ready to serve over our steaks. Finally, the star of our show, Churchill's steak. Cooking steak, one of the most bragged about cooking skills, is oftentimes one of the hardest to master. Here are a few of our tips for pan-seared, oven-roasted steaks. We'll start by allowing the steaks to rest at room temperature for up to an hour. We'll pat them dry, then liberally season Churchill's seasoning. Heat a cast iron skillet over medium heat with several tablespoons of canola oil. We'll sear the steak for about 4 minutes per side until a nice crust forms. Move the steaks into the preheated oven to finish. After about 7 minutes, we'll check the internal temperature of the steak for the appropriate doneness. Once they've come to temperature, we allow them to rest off the heat with a tablespoon of Churchill's finishing butter. And to get that perfect pairing of wine in this delicious dish, let's pass it back to Greg.
So today we're going to be pairing the steak with the Petit Verdot. This is our 2017 Petit Verdot. It's from the Dionysus vineyard, named after the Greek god of wine. It was aged for 30 months in the wine barrels. It's a blend of American, French, and Hungarian oak barrels. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.